Spirit Shackles and Depth Spelunking are not the greatest item, being outclassed by other survivability items like Providence, Broken Wings, and in some cases, the Phantom Cloak. But they're simultaneously super underrated and in my opinion the most fun / coolest item in the game. They are a niche gimmicky item requiring you to put yourself in risky situations to get value and requiring a fair learning curve. They have two distinct playstyles / use cases that I will cover later, but let me explain how they work first, and how exactly they're used. Spirit Shackles' entire gimmick is depossessing your body and turning into a ghost. When you use the item, you'll be split from your body and become a spirit. I call this ghost mode. Your body is rendered invulnerable, meaning entities will now chase your ghost and completely ignore your corpse. You can recast the item after 5 seconds to teleport back to your body with short invisibility. It's mostly used as a failsafe, but not the main draw of the item. If you recast the item any earlier than 5 seconds, it still sends you back to your body, but you don't get that invisibility. The main purpose of Spirit Shackles is displacing / relocating enemies from problematic areas while in ghost mode. You can die in ghost mode, so its main draw is buying time and chase to meet that 5-second threshold while also leading the entity away from wherever you need to be. Dying in ghost mode is just death. You are not returned to your body, and it is not a second life or second chance. There are two playstyles / use cases for Shackles, proactive and reactive. Proactive, in my opinion, is the more fun playstyle. It's an aggressive playstyle that involves entering ghost mode and intentionally starting chase with entities to lure them away from an area, then returning back to your body and carrying out your business. Items that give you more speed or priority, like Blood of the Martyr, will synergize great with this playstyle and will enable this item to actually be pretty fucking good. Reactive is the less risky and safer playstyle, usually paired with low priority, but still some good speed. Since you have low priority, you will now need to use Shackles reactively to save yourself when being spotted. Shackles are a great get-out-of-jail-free card if you're being chased by an entity when you don't want to be. You don't have to only use one playstyle during a run though, building around one will just make pulling off the other more difficult, but not impossible. I.e. making a build with negative priority will make proactive Shackles much more difficult as it's harder to start chases intentionally. Now, thankfully, you don't have to come up with any builds on your own. I have a few pre-made ones listed, and I can explain my exact thought process behind making Spirit Shackles builds. When making Spirit Shackles builds, I usually follow this formula. For the first item, I bring a speed or all stat up item. There's two kinds of speed items you'll want to bring with Shackles, and they use the same proactive and reactive designations. Bringing one of these items will actively promote their respective playstyle. Proactive speed items will give you higher priority and promote the proactive playstyle by allowing you to easily, intentionally, start chases to lure entities around the map. Reactive will keep you a bit safer by lowering priority and will make starting intentional chases harder just because of that. But they will be much better at saving you in a pinch by giving you some speed or just some other effect. For the second item, I bring a utility item. Utility items can also give plus priority, like Lumberjack's Cap, but their main purpose is just to offer some helpful buffs or just generally synergize well with the effects of Shackles, like negating the fear gained or the battery lost while in ghost form. You do not want to bring two speed items or two utility items. While the builds could probably still serve you just fine, it is still wasting a slot that you could use for the other type of item. Now that being said, what are the items you can use that work well with Spirit Shackles? Well, proactive speed or stat up items you can use are Blood of the Martyr, Sloth Horns, Old Engine, and the Deal Breakers. There's two other stat up items that I could have picked, but Deal Breakers scales the fastest, so I lumped them in here. Reactive speed items you can use are Tragedy, Heart Locket, Lantern, and Providence. There's not much explaining for the first two, they just give you speed when spotted, they obviously synergize with the reactive playstyle. Now, for the second two, Lantern and Providence, I thought they'd fit just fine into the reactive speed item category because they slow down entities when they see you. So even though they don't technically increase your speed, and they could also be classified as utility, I still think they work fine being in this category. Now, utility items you can use are Crown of Flowers, Shock Absorber, and Lumberjack's Cap. Crown of Flowers will negate the fear gained by Shackles, which can be really rough for people who don't use Blood of the Martyr religiously, or just generally don't like having high fear. Shock Absorber will negate the battery drained by Shackles, which is really useful because it allows you to use them more often, and you usually won't get Task Siphon very early on, making Shock Absorber a pretty good pick. Lumberjack's Cap will give you +2 speed, but it will also give you an entity highlight and plus priority upon completing a task, promoting proactive play, but also just giving you really useful information in general. There is one item that goes well with Spirit Shackles that I didn't list here, and that's because it didn't really fit into one category, the Depth Gauge. Due to its ability to select a specific stat to level up, it works as both a speed item and a utility item. Hence why I didn't just lob it into one category. You could use it to level up run speed, making it a speed item that's good for proactive use, or you could use it to lower your priority, making it a utility item good for reactive use. Or during long runs you can use it to level up both stats, making it a flex item good for both playstyles. Yeah, that's why I didn't just put it into one category over the other, and decided it can just be a special flex item.